What is going on, guys? MitchCactus here, coming back with another Forza Horizon 5 video, and today's we'll be talking about the biggest and best current money glitch in Forza Horizon 5 that allow you guys to get tens of millions of credits per hour and pretty much allow you to get any car you want based off of using this alongside with super wheel spins, levels, XP and more. And guys, just before we get started, if you guys want to stay up to date with any further updates related to this method, let's say it gets patched, I'll be the first one to come out with a new variant, so be sure to go and subscribe to my channel to stay tuned. Only takes around 3 seconds and also helps out the channel a bunch. But guys, now getting started with what you want to know and the car that I recommend using the most. Now there are 3 main cars to use for this. This is pretty similar with any glitch in Horizon that's really come around. There's always been 3 main cars, one being the Sesto Elemento Forza Edition, the next being the Pagani Huayra BC Forza Edition, and the third car being the Mercedes AMG CLK GTR Forza Edition. The reason why the Forza Edition cars are so prevalent for a lot of these glitches is because they all have skill point related boosts that allow the overall method to be far more profitable. I'll be using the Sesto Elemento, and one thing that's absolutely crucial regardless of what car you use is you guys max out your car mastery perks. Follow the exact perks I'll upgrade to know exactly what you really need. There are certain perks you may as well get, like the Forza points, but they're not really necessary. So if you guys are short on skill points, I wouldn't recommend getting a lot of those. However, they definitely can be effective, especially it's like the ones like the super wheel spin, which could contribute to you guys getting some credits or even a rare car. And if you guys are wondering how I have 1,000,000 skill points, tens of thousands of super wheel spins, hundreds of millions of credits and more, it's because I'm on a modded account from MitchCactus.co. If you want to skip out on the grind, don't want to spend hours and hours doing these glitches, feel free to go on and check out those accounts on MitchCactus.co. We can mod your personal account, provide you a new modded account, and they also have BAM warranty and express delivery. But guys, regardless of what car and tune you've decided to choose, and in terms of the tune, I have one for the Sesto Elemento in the pinned comment and the description. Now I'll be going to the event, so head to the event lab. So the share code you guys want to go and use is the exact one I'll be typing down below now. It'll also be in the comment section and the pinned comment, and there are a fair few different types of blueprints you can use. In fact, I made a video covering one of these glitches a few weeks ago, and the blueprint that was based off was one blueprint where pretty much you get around 10 skill points every 30 seconds. Now, of course, that was a very good glitch and still is one that I recommend you guys use, so I could link that down below if you guys want to check that one out too. But this one's more oriented around getting AFK skill points, as it's almost entirely AFK. And pretty much the difficulty settings I'll go in and show you guys are exactly what I'll do now. Assisted braking, of course we have auto steering, traction and stability on, and automatic shifting. And you guys can turn the driving line on if you'd like to, but once you've got that sorted, you can pretty much start the race. Now once you guys get started, I'd suggest you have something that holds down the accelerator key, whether it's something of your W key if you're on PC, or you're on controller and you pretty much have something tied around the accelerator key. One thing I would say, guys, is it's not entirely AFK, it's like semi-AFK, and what I mean by that, unlike previous glitches that used to work back in the day, back when Forza just came out, they'd be entirely AFK, and you'd also make a lot of credits just doing the race and getting XP. However, this method is slightly different, because if you guys go around 8 minutes without making any movement other than just holding the accelerator key, so basically letting it idle for 8 minutes, the skill chain will stop building up, meaning that for that period of time, you won't really be getting very efficient amount of skill points and overall won't be profiting very much. So I recommend you guys have this on. You could even set up a macro if you want to get savvy with it, where every 8 minutes or so, or even a little bit less, it does one slight movement. So whether it's just clicking the A key like I did just then, and then the auto steering will pretty much fix whatever kind of driving mishap might have caused. Again, if I click D, you guys will see it moves a tiny bit. If you guys do that every 8 minutes or so, it'll continue that you guys get skill chains and overall allow this to be very profitable. So you guys don't have to be there literally driving the whole time. You can have it drive for you. Just every 8 minutes, click a key to ensure you guys skill chains keep building. And of course, each lap takes around 3 to 4 minutes, and I'll cut back with you guys once I get to the end. So guys, from each lap you do using this method, you'll get around 15 skill points, and after the 50 laps, you'll get around 700 skill points. Now 700 skill points, considering it costs around 15 skill points for every super wheel spin and normal wheel spin you can get, is quite a significant amount, especially considering it's almost entirely AFK. Now just for the sake of the video, I'm just going to go on in one lap just so you guys can get a little bit of visualization as to what's involved, around 3 minutes 40 for every single lap you guys do, and now I'll go and show you how to convert all those skill points into super wheel spins. So there are a few different ways you can do this, and the first thing I'd recommend is you guys head to the Horizon Festival. And now I'll be going over every single method, and the first one is by far the best, and is through one car in particular, being the MG SVR. I'm sure a fair few people know about this car by now, as I've made a couple videos about it. You guys can see it costs 50,000 credits for each one you purchase, but there's one thing that's very significant by using this car, and that is, guys, that when you convert these skill points to super wheel spins, you actually get the value of the car back, the cost you spent on it, in one of the skill perks. And you guys will see exactly what I mean now. As you guys can see, once it heads directly to the upgrades and tuning car mastery section, you can get XP, you get 1 super wheel spin, 1 normal wheel spin, and even 1 credit perk. As you guys can see, it gives you 75,000 credits for 5 skill points, giving you a profit of 25,000 credits and 2 wheel spins, 1 being a super wheel spin. One thing I would recommend if you guys are doing this in bulk, which you would be if you've been making hundreds of skill points, is instead of going my cars, finding next MG, simply go designs and paints, go choose car, and then from here you can switch to the next MG, as it pretty much cuts out the entire animation entirely. And from here you continue converting those skill points into super wheel spins. One disadvantage with this car is that Forza have made it so you need to have car pass in order to get it. You can buy the car as a standalone or sort of DLC add-on for around $3, but if you guys don't have the car pass or VIP, you don't want to spend money on the car, there are many other methods I would also recommend. One is by simply using this car you can purchase from the auction house, is the Nissan 350Z, or the Fairlady Z Forza Edition, sorry, not the 350, hopefully that does come in the game, but the Fairlady Z Forza Edition. You guys can easily buy them on the auction house for a few 100,000 credits, but there are a few things I would recommend. If someone lists one of these up on the auction house and they've already used the perks, you won't be able to use them again. As you guys can see, this seller, Mike Bungle, has listed up 4 of these. Obviously he's doing this in bulk and trying to have people buy them out to get his money back, so I recommend looking out for those bulk sellers and make sure you guys completely avoid them. You want to ideally buy a car that looks like it's never been used, so look for no painter and no tuner, make sure they're both saying stock, and pretty much you want to have the default 800 horsepower upgrade. As you guys can see, I'm going to keep looking for one that looks like it hasn't been touched, and this one looks like it could be a decent candidate. I'm just looking at the suspension. I'm just going to go in and purchase this one as an example. If you guys follow those steps of making sure you're buying one with all stock, no repeated buyers or no repeated sellers, sorry, chances are around 7 to 8 out of 10 you'll purchase will not have had the perks used. So occasionally you guys will find that the perks have been used. That's just how it goes when you guys are using the auction house, but a majority of the time they won't be. And I'm not going to try and make it seem like this always works, so I'm going to be honest with you guys, go straight into this car, see if they've had the perks used or not, but if not, I'll definitely be able to get another super wheel spin, and it's pretty good value once you guys use this car. As you guys can see, car mastery perks, they had been used, but that's pretty much why you just go ahead and try again, get another one. The exact same principle applies with cars like the PLP50. This one has a lot of the cars that have already had the perks used, so that's one thing to look out for. However, there's also a lot that haven't, as pretty much everyone got a PLP50 from one of the previous updates, and a lot of people had been listing them up, so I'm going to go and try buy one. We'll keep looking here until I find one that I think is suitable, and let's go ahead and say maybe this one. Now of course you could bid on these cars if you didn't want to buy them out, as it's slightly more affordable or cost effective for some of them. However, for the sake of the video, I'm just going to be buying them out. I did see one guy in the Nissan Fairlady Z auction was bidding on a bunch of them, so it's a pretty cheap way to go in and do it, but a lot of the times it won't be successful, and of course it does take a fair bit more time. So I'd recommend just buying them out, to be honest, but it's completely up to you guys. If you're new to the game, I could see why you might want to bid on them if you have less credits to start off with. This PLP50 upgrades and tuning car mastery, you guys can see this one, the perks weren't used, and the good thing about the PL opposed to the Nissan is that it's very cheap and there's a lot more of them in circulation than the Forza Edition car. But these are 3 main ways to go in and convert these skill points into super wheel spins. There's a few other ways to do it, and I can make another video going over all the strategies if you want, but these 3 are pretty much the best ways to go ahead and do it. Now there are a few other ways to get better rewards from super wheel spins, such as buying all the clothing items you can buy, for example, and I would recommend you guys do that. But it's pretty much going to wrap it up with this video. A lot of people have been asking me to make a new video covering the best money glitch, and this right here is what it is, guys. Like I said, if you want to stay up to date with further Horizon 5 videos, glitches, tutorials, and giveaways, I actually started a 1 billion credit giveaway the other day and I made a video about it, so feel free to go and check that out. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe to my channel with notifications on, and that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you guys all so much for watching.